Oh, look out. That's a problem. All right, there we go. All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us here for some more Blue Army hockey action. It is the third game of pool play for the Minnesota Meltdown here for the Blue Army girls. And tonight, their opponent are the True North Warriors. True North Warriors in yellow with black breezers, mostly black helmets and white trim, and the Blue Army girls in their all navies with the white helmets. So yellow and blue tonight. All the teams in the pool are 1-1. One loss, one tie. One loss, one win. And as a result, this game is effectively a quarterfinal game. The winner of this game will go to a semifinal in some fashion tomorrow morning, either at 9:30 or at 9:45. The loser of this game will probably play, well, it depends, probably in the 5th or 7th place game, depending on what happens. And we have icing early on here against Blue Army. So very, very loud behind me. Lockwood and Hughes, your defenders, with Newman between the pipes for Blue Army. Shot on, saved by Newman, goes into the far corner. Bad camera work there, so apologize with that. This is Zerby, slaps at this. Badness in the middle, and Chedister. Zerby goes for that one, pokes it out. This is Badness who chases. It goes back in, touch up off sides. And now Lockwood back for it. Lockwood around the near boards. Harried there by a good forecheck by True North. Warriors in their yellow. Chedister tries to put the move on. Taken away that time by a host of yellow-clad defenders. Both teams in the middle of a change. Warriors bring this one over the blue line in, and it slides down into the near corner. Hughes with it there, gives it away to her teammate Babbage. Babbage over the blue line. Babbage with an opportunity. Babbage shoots that one, and that one flies wide. And just did come out of the zone. And so with 13:39 left, neither team with a shot on goal yet. Both teams have completed at least one line change. Puck's down, and Van Sickle with an opportunity. This is Babbage with an opportunity. Excuse me, bad camera work again as I was checking something. Van Sickle behind the net. Goes for a wraparound opportunity as Bailey was there just at the edge, and we're going to have a penalty here against the Warriors. And then it'll be a cross-check or a push or a cross-check, probably a cross-check. So a power play opportunity here for Blue Army. As Blue Army does get the first shot of the game. We'll see if form holds true for Blue Army in the games that they have played. In the games that they have played, there have been early goals in all of those. This is Kron. Kron goes D to D. And that did come out. So Kron's pass across to Seidel did come out. And we have offside against Blue Army. Neutral zone face-off. 10 seconds gone in the penalty. Face-off win there by Merrill. Puck comes out. Kron sends it over for Seidel. Seidel far side, gets it in. This is Lacan far side. Gabriel near side. Gabriel behind the net. Can't quite get to that one. Kron gets it, tries the centering pass. Comes off. Kron's going to try to secure that one. Does. This is Seidel. Seidel shoots from distance. Straight on. Rebound. Opportunity for Blue Army. Good save. Another shot. Another save. Lacan had it and turned it in, but it's taken away by the Warriors. Warriors come up the ice shorthanded. That puck bounces harmlessly through the slot area. Now it finds the middle. There's some extra ice available for Blue Army, but they're not using the space right now. They're just a little bit too close together. Chedister off the bench. This is Merrill battling. Seidel, shot from distance, goes off of Newman's glove. Kron with it, sends it forward for Chedister. Chedister can't get that one out. Now she gets it back, has it on her backhand, and comes through neutral ice. And offside against Blue Army. We'll see a neutral zone face-off with 11:44 to go here in the first period. Power plays at this level, not overly effective. But if it gives you a little extra ice to work from, that's never a bad thing. Chedister just, unlucky there as Chedister did a nice job of winning that puck, but one of her teammates hit straight into an offside position. So we will do it again. Vadness wins that one. Back to Chedister. Chedister to Hughes. Hughes goes cross ice. And this is going to be icing against Blue Army. So good idea in terms of switching the puck from one side of the ice to the other for Hughes. And they're going to send it all the way down. So they're going to send it all the way down to the right of Newman. To the right of Newman with 11:25 to go. Check out 11:27 to go. Shot blocked by Lockwood. This is Hughes. Hughes, oh, sorry about this. Penalty time has expired for Warriors. Hughes tries to bring that through out of the blue zone. Van Sickle. Lockwood sends it to the far side. Van Sickle onto her skate. Bailey jumps out of her way. Van Sickle lays that off for Babbage. Babbage with a shot. Opportunity right into the breadbasket of the Warrior keeper. Handles that one as easy as you like. Face-off win for Blue Army. Hughes gets it, sends it in. That's another shot on goal. Parried aside by the Warrior keeper. Sorry, top of the blue line here. Warriors try to get that out, and they do. Van Sickle doing a nice job of getting that one away from the defense. Babbage with it. Babbage shoots from distance. That hits the back of the iron, back of the wall, excuse me. Van Sickle's centering pass. This falls for Hughes. Hughes pinches in. Babbage gets a little bit deeper. Hughes loses that one. Babbage will try to claim. And here come the Warriors through neutral ice. Cross ice pass just behind her teammate. Lockwood with it. Not a lot of flow yet in this game. Lockwood goes for the defense around this side. Shot from the effort, and that slides over everything. That was a wicked little shot. And now the Warriors intercept. No clearance for the Blue Army girls. Good shot, good save there by Newman. Blue Army girls loses her stick. Lockwood battles far side. This is LeCan. LeCan far corner. Tries to send it out, but it's going to be kept in at the point by the Warriors. Now it falls nicely for Van Sickle. Excuse me, that's Vadnais. Lays it off this time for Gabriel. Gabriel slaps at it. This is Merrill. Merrill far side. LeCan. LeCan's shot or cross is blocked. LeCan behind the net. It's got some company there. Tries a centering pass, but it's broken up. Excellent exit pass that time for the Warriors. Opportunity, a backhand shot, and that goes wide. Good hustle defense that time by Hughes and Lockwood, trying to get back on that, creating some havoc. And that one's going to slide out, and that's going to be out and offside, mercifully for Blue Army that time. Blue Army catching a little bit of heat there, and now with a chance to take a deep breath and reset. Face-off win nominally by the Warriors. They get it into the Blue Army zone. Cron has it, slaps it up against the boards, has another chance. Seidel guarding the middle as Newman looks on. This is Vadnais far side. Chedister in the middle looking for it. Cron's going to be forced to go back and play this one. Good save that time by Newman. Had the pads down. Chedister through into neutral ice. Sends that forward. Good block that time on the far side by the Warriors. They had to get that right as one of the Blue Army girls was behind the play. Opportunity, and they score. So that one went off the back boards. Good save that time initially by Newman, but unfortunate for the Blue Army girls. That one ended up in the back of the net. So the Blue Army girls find themselves in a familiar position from earlier today when they weren't down by a full 3 goals before climbing back into that one to make a real game of it. Girls certainly not afraid of being down by a goal. Let's see if they answer quickly. This is Babbage in over the blue line. Van Sickle in the near side corner. Centering pass, far side opportunity for the Warriors. A shot and a goal. Great pass going all the way across. Great pass that time going all the way across the ice, and Blue Army just unable to get on the other end of that one. So we've seen several situations already in this tournament where teams have scored quickly, and it's up to Blue Army now to answer. This team lost to the Ice Cougars 1-0 earlier in the day. Right now, already, they've scored twice as many goals. They've scored a number of goals. Opportunity! As LeCan had cut in and took a turnover and turned it into something. Gabriel battles near corner. Warriors come out with this one. This is Hughes. Hughes tries to get it on her stick. Does a nice job spinning, losing a couple of defenders. Hughes around another. Dangle, opportunity! Can Blue Army poke this home? And the answer is no. But Hughes with some nice moves. Hughes with some nice moves there to create from the blue line. Face-off win for the Warriors, kept in at the blue line by Blue Army. This is Hughes battling there with Gabriel. This squirts out to neutral ice. Hughes slaps at it again. And good physical play there up against the boards. This is Merrill. Has the puck on her stick, sends it out. This is going to get by a couple of her teammates. This is LeCan. LeCan has Gabriel in the middle. LeCan, opportunity, tries to drag it in front. Bad camera work. Sorry about that, folks. Bad camera work, but LeCan dragging it in front. And here come the Warriors going the other direction. They cut to the middle. Opportunity. Warriors maintain control, and that shot goes wide. Near boards. This is LeCan battling there. Opportunity here for Lockwood. Lockwood with it. She'll try to skate it out, chips it along. Does not reach neutral ice as Merrill had it. Merrill sends it down, and I think this is going to be waved off. Warriors will retreat behind their own cage. Head of steam. Good head of steam, end-to-end opportunity there. Good job, good defensive play. Chedister has it there. Brings it out to neutral ice. Warriors turn it and go the other way. And it's whipped in for Lockwood. Lockwood behind Newman, circles around. Lockwood being harassed there by a forecheck. Lockwood with a head of steam. Chedister brings that across the blue line. Gets it in over onside. Chedister loses an edge. And a great back check that time by Vadnais. Picking the pocket of the Warrior player who was steaming through neutral ice. The Army just need to kind of catch their breath here. And icing against the Warriors will give the Blue Army an offensive zone face-off. Already on the wrong end of a 2-goal lead. But again, we've seen several times in this tournament, they've battled back to create games from situations like this before. This is Babbage, near side. It's kept in by Hughes. Hughes circles down. Centering pass broken up that time by the Warriors. They have it in the near corner. Babbage tries to keep it in at the blue line. Can't quite do that. This is Bailey far side. Bailey backhands that out, but it's going to be kept in by the Warriors. Finds its way to the slot. Slides by Newman, goes behind the net. Lockwood with it. Lockwood tries to get it out there on the far side, but it's kept in smartly by the Warriors. Opportunity. Good shot, good save that time by Newman. Warriors control behind the net. Watched by Hughes. Quick centering pass to the low slot. And the Blue Army unable to get that one out of their own zone. That one pops high up in the air. That's Van Sickle. And good play there by Babbage to push that out. Van Sickle brings that over the blue line. Lost control of it. Centering pass broken up. Lots of girls crashing into each other. Babbage goes for it there. Can't quite get it. Cron misfires on that slapper. or wrist shot, I should say. Warriors through neutral ice. Seidel is back. Opportunity for the Warriors. They get in, and that shoots and goes high and wide. Good save that time by Newman. Puck goes back in the other direction. And icing against the Warriors. So another opportunity for Blue Army for an offensive zone faceoff, hopefully to create some offensive pressure. Merrill, Gabriel, Lacan, your forwards with Kron and Seidel on defense. Gabriel tries to feed the middle. This is an opportunity for Kron, who slends it to the far side. This is Lacan, far side. She fires that one high. Good defense that time by the Warriors, kept that one from being on frame. Kron tries to send this one on frame, can't quite do that. Lacan can't quite get to that one, and now the Warriors break out into the neutral zone. Centering pass right on the tape, slides to the far corner. Centering pass blocked that time by Seidel. This is Lacan, far corner. Lacan goes looking for Gabriel. They had a nice combination in the earlier game against the Hockey Factory. So this one goes back down into the Blue Army end. This is Seidel. She tries to feed this out. Get it past Merrill, but can't quite do that. This is Gabriel. Gabriel through neutral ice. And she's going to draw a tripping penalty there. Merrill has it. And a 2-minute minor will be assessed to True North, the Warriors. So we'll see if that creates a little bit of offensive opportunity here. Second penalty of the game, second power play opportunity of the game for the Blue Army. Badness in for the draw that time, but the Warriors get to that one. Here's Lockwood around her net. Lockwood keeping her steam. Lockwood through neutral ice. Lays that off for Chittister, but that goes a little bit loose and it goes back the other way. Blue Army will have to retreat. This is Hughes. Hughes with it. Hughes gets back control of it. Nice play there by Hughes as she was interrupted. Hughes brings it across, sends it in, and it's loose for just a moment before the Warrior keeper is able to squeeze it for a face-off. Coming to the left of the Warrior keeper. Minute 35 to go. Here in the power play. Chittister sends this over. Opportunity for Zubri. Unlucky that time. She was unable to just uncork the cannon. And the Warriors bring this one out over the blue line. Good penetration here by the Warriors down deep. Again, Blue Army on the power play. Hughes looking to stretch that one. Almost got through to Van Sickle. Lockwood with it. Lockwood D to D to Hughes. Hughes chops that one. Hughes is going to try it again, but this was going to be deflected in the middle. This is Lockwood. Lockwood. Zerbery. And it comes back out. A little bit of choppiness in the middle of the ice. Here's Hughes over the blue line. Hughes, easy on the skates. Slams on the brakes. Sends it across. It's broken up. Lots of sticks in the way. This is Seidel who shoots from distance, and a frozen puck with 33 seconds to go, 21 seconds in the minor penalty. And Blue Army looking for some shots, looking for some offense. Van Sickle wins that one to Babbage. Babbage looked a little frustrated that she wasn't able to steer that one on frame. Good pinch that time by Kron, keeping it going the other direction. Kron brings that over the blue line. Kron looks to penetrate. Opportunity centering pass to Van Sickle. Time's almost out. Penalty has expired for the Warriors. I thought that may have come out. Maybe we should have had offside. Into 4 seconds left. That shot comes wide, and that goes behind Newman. And now we will reach the first intermission. So 2 goals for the Warriors here in the first period, and we'll step aside for the first intermission. All right, the teams have switched ends. Blue Army will be attacking the goal to the left of your device. Again, Blue Army in their all navies with the white helmets. The Warriors in their yellow with the black breezers and the black helmets. So 15 minutes on the clock. Warriors now have the right number on the ice. And the second period ready to begin. Merrill, LeCan, and Gabriel on the far side. This is Seidel and Kron. Kron slams the brakes on that one, turns and spins. Gets this back out. Opportunity here for Kron. Goes side to LeCan. LeCan goes almost around the defender. Oh, nice play by LeCan into the corner. Opportunity for LeCan. She's not able to get the centering pass. Kron quickly whips that one in. Oh, good shot by Kron. And it's saved by the keeper at the near post. Kron made good contact on that one. And looking for a rebound is always a good idea. This comes for Hughes. Hughes off. That one slides by. To Lockwood. Lockwood shoots from distance. Tipped in front. Opportunity for Merrill. Merrill can't backhand it in. And a chance! And a goal! And that's a goal for LeCan. Probably from Merrill. And a good response here early in the second period by the Blue Army, generating some offense. So a good response here early in the second period. Let's see how the second period plays out. Chedister forces that one wide. This is Hughes chasing far side. Hughes with it again, is going to try to get this out. The shot comes in towards Newman. Opportunity, that's quickly centered. Sorry. As Hughes dances around that one. Now she's got a deep forechecker. Zerbe can't quite get to that one. This one's going to be kept in by the Warriors. Shot from distance. Newman watches that one go wide off the pads. Good shot that time. Blue Army just need to put something together here, put a couple of passes together, as there are a lot of deep forechecks. Here's Zerbe with an opportunity and a goal. And much like the earlier game today, a couple of times when Hockey Factory were able to generate some offense, it was because of a loose puck that happened to just be sitting in a fortuitous place, and that's what happened here. And the Warriors are able to get back on top by 2 goals. So back on top by 2 goals are the Warriors. Now the puck wraps around to the far side. Here's Kron, pushes it forward. It slides out and comes back in. This is Seidel. Seidel on the right side of your screen. Bailey gets spun around. Warriors come away with that one, and here's Babbage. Babbage sees a teammate going far side. This is Bailey. Bailey's touch lets her down a little bit. Lost control of it, but Van Sickle keeps it in. Nice job by Bailey keeping it in. Van Sickle unable to get control of it. This one goes far side. It rolls in past everybody. Seidel has to chase this one. Sends it towards Bailey. Bailey tries to control. Good forecheck that time by the Warriors. This one comes out to neutral ice. Here's Van Sickle. Van Sickle brings that across. Keeps it on her forehand. Van Sickle shoots. And a stop and a save. Shot and a save that time by the Warrior keeper. 12:19 to go here in the second period. As I said, winner of this game will go to a semifinal. The loser of this game will end up either in the 5th place or the 7th place game, depending on where they end up in their pool. Kept in nominally by the Blue Army there. This is Babbage far side. Van Sickle can't get to it. This one's going to bounce out to neutral ice. Lockwood and Hughes, your defensive pairing. This is Hughes who punches it out. Warriors will have to regroup. This is Hughes. Nice, easy on the skates there. This one goes cross ice to Bailey. Bailey with an opportunity. Can Bailey get wood on this? And she's held up. Nice, good stick check that time by the Warriors. So easy in that situation to commit a hooking penalty of some sort, but that time they didn't. Hughes with it, neutral ice, gains the blue line, sends it in towards Bailey. Bailey might have another chance at it, and it is a chance, it is a shot, and it's a save by the Warrior keeper. 11:31 to go here in the second period. LeCan, Merrill, and Gabriel, your forwards. Cron and Seidel out as your defensive pairing. LeCan, the goal scorer, battles near side, 1v2. It dribbles to the middle. Gabriel tries to get to it, but it doesn't quite come off. Cron pinches in, trying to keep it in. And Seidel bails out everybody by making sure that that goes right back in. Nicely done. LeCan pinches it in, but the Blue Army girls have to clear. This is Cron going for the steal. Can't quite get to that one. Now she's got to get back into position. It's a 2-on-1 going the other direction. Wraparound opportunity. Newman alert to it and gets back to it. Nicely done. Oh, kick save Newman. Nicely done. Two good saves by Newman, denying the wraparound choice and then taking away that last one with a blocker save. This is Gabriel steaming up the near side. Comes to Seidel. Seidel tries to feather that into Merrill. Merrill battles there. Seidel is going to hold the blue line for now. Now the Blue Army defense is going to have to get back. And that one's going to come in towards Newman. And a save there by Newman. I think that was, I'm going to say that was probably going to go wide, but in any event we play on. Shots are 11-11 apiece by my count. There is no official tally in this game. So it's been pretty even from a shot standpoint. We wait for all the girls to get into the right positions. The puck is down. Vadnais wins that draw, comes to the middle. Zerby unable to quite get a hold of that one. Oh, a nice move there. Good recovery defense that time by Lockwood. It rotates to the near side. Kept in there by the Warriors. Battle in the corner. Vadnais battling, Zerby battling. Zerby tries to bring it out, loses an edge. This is Hughes. Hughes uses the goal and the referee as a bit of a screen. Falls nicely that time, however, for Lockwood. Lockwood through neutral ice. It's off of a skate. It's not going to be icing. Chittister down into the corner. Good job that time. Oh, some physical play down in the left side here. It comes out to the neutral ice. Oh, it's kept in that smartly that time by Vadnais. I thought that was going to get to neutral ice. Hughes pinches in, tries to get something going. Warriors contain it and try to get it out. Vadnais keeps it in momentarily. This is probably going to find its way to neutral ice. As I say that, of course it doesn't, and then of course it does. Lockwood back quickly looking for this one. Lockwood surveys, finds Zerby. Zerby can't handle that one as it slides off of her as she was being harassed by a defender. This one comes out to neutral ice, and Warriors trying to switch the ice. Hughes on the far side will chase. Hughes spins, turns. Hughes outside. This is Chittister. Sends this out. Vadnais, nicely done that time. Vadnais controls that one. It's a 2-on-2 if they hurry. Vadnais keeps control of it. Vadnais with an opportunity. Vadnais with a shot and a save by the Warrior keeper. Warriors attempt to break it out. Good job by Lockwood at the near point, keeping that in. Goes cross ice. And now Warriors behind the net. Big head of steam. Now here come the Warriors. Scans the ice, brings it in over the blue line. Takes it to the middle, somehow keeps it in the middle. Slid across, and her teammate unable to get on the other end of that one. Chittister couldn't quite handle that one. This is Seidel. Seidel near side. Seidel feathers that one out, but it's kept in by the Warriors. This one comes down to the middle. Kron's got it. Lays that off for Van Sickle. Bailey chases. This is going to be sent in. That should be icing. And indeed it is, with 7:35 to go here in the second period. And icing against the Warriors, and the Blue Army girls will have an offensive zone face-off. Of course, the Blue Army girls have had two 6-4 results, on the right end of one against the Ice Cougars and the wrong end of one against the Hockey Factory earlier here today. Everybody in the pool has 1 win, 1 loss. Lockwood gets this one off of, and it's slid in, and we have a quick whistle. I thought the goalie certainly had it, but then it was released fairly quickly. Must have dribbled out as she was adjusting her glove. Van Sickle again with this one, as now D-to-D pass. Good opportunity for Hughes. Hughes around one defender. Hughes shoots again, goes high, and that was whistles over the top. This comes back for Lockwood. Lockwood shoots, it's deflected. Chance for Babbage to get on the other end of this one. Spins, turns, centering pass, sent in. Opportunity as it hit the post on the far side, dribbled across the near side. Here come the Warriors going the other direction. Warriors try to lift some sticks. They do. Nicely done. It goes into the corner. I should say Blue Army lifting some sticks there. Bailey looks on as now a centering pass is made. Broken up momentarily by Babbage. It does come out of the zone. But the Warriors are able to contain and keep control of it. Good poke check there by Lockwood. This comes to the near boards. Bailey battles there against a host of defenders. It's chipped out. Van Sickle will try to chase that one down, but it doesn't quite fall nicely for her. Lockwood pinches in. This is Hughes on the far side. Far corner now. This is Van Sickle, sends it out, but it doesn't make it out of the zone. Good point play that time by the Warriors. Now it comes to the near corner. Lockwood there. Harassed, deep forecheck that time by the Warriors. Here comes Bailey. Tries to pitchfork that out into neutral ice and does. Some physical play. It's going to be icing, in fact, against Bailey. Could not tell how close it was to the Warrior player. And as a result, it will be a defensive zone face-off for the Blue Army girls. Blue Army girls not playing poorly here, just have not been able to find the net consistently. Big head of steam here as Gabriel is dispossessed as she approached the blue line. Warriors bring this one across the blue line. Seidel goes in for that one. That one whistles wide. Gabriel's going to have another chance at it. She chips it, but it's kept in by the Warriors at the blue line. Goes behind Newman. Hits side netting. Sent to the outside by Merrill. Or to Merrill, I should say. Merrill steams up the near side. It's Merrill still with it. Merrill gains the zone, tries a centering pass. Doesn't come off, takes a nice bounce for Blue Army. And the Warriors on far side. Kron was pinching in there. Here's an opportunity for the Warriors. Little miscommunication, and that shot whistles wide. She was 1-on-0 with the goalie. And Ciro, the goalie now, I did not see when they changed goalies, and we will have a penalty against the Blue Army girls. .455 to go, and Seidel will go to the box. Seidel will go to the box, and the Warriors will have their first power play of the game. .455 to go. Very important for the Blue Army girls to be able to kill this one off. Backdoor attempt opportunity as Lockwood watched the back post. Lockwood through neutral ice. Lockwood looks for Vadnais. Slides off Vadnais' 6. Zerby is also deep. Vadnais deep on the forecheck. This is Hughes. Hughes tries to hold it in. Vadnais slaps at it. Vadnais might have another chance. Hughes with it. Hughes far side. Cross ice pass. Zerby opportunity. Missed just outside. That was not a shot on goal. That one just whistled wide. And that one's going to go past everybody and find Lockwood. Lockwood tries to get it out of the zone, but it stays in. Off of Hughes' stick. Hughes with it. She's going to feather it on, but it's going to be kept in by the Warriors. Warriors send this down behind Ciro. Ciro's not seen a shot necessarily on this power play as of yet. Opportunity here for Hughes. You hear the Blue Army bench screaming to ice the puck. They definitely need to get off. They've been out there the entire power play. And Ciro squeezes that in. Ciro squeezes that in. Another quick whistle. It's benefited both. Now it's benefited both teams. Excuse me. Good job by Ciro squeezing that one, and somehow it still wiggled out in behind her. But the Blue Army girls had been out there for almost a minute and 20 seconds. They needed to get off the ice. This is Cron. Cron chops at that one and gets it out. Retreats back to her defensive position. This is Seidel. Check it, it's LeCan. It's LeCan in the penalty box. I thought it was Seidel. Jerseys are sometimes hard to read. Babbage near boards. Fed in by Seidel. Cron comes over to take that one away. Ciro covers that one up. Nicely done. And we'll have a defensive zone faceoff for the Blue Army girls. 3:13 to go. Here in the second period. Goals by both teams in this period. Face-off win that time by the Warriors. Goes to the far corner. This is Cron. Cron with it. Just needs to get it out of the zone. Does. It's off of a stick. This is Babbage. Babbage will chase that one a little bit. This comes towards Seidel. Seidel gets it back in. Babbage has to clear. LeCan is now out of the box. Cron far side. Cron ties up her player there. 3 Blue Army girls all in a pile. 2 Warriors battling with them. See who's going to come out with this one. Cron, looks like Cron's going to come out with this one. Check it, it's Chittister. Excuse me, sorry. This is Babbage, centering pass, that misses everybody. And we're going to have a penalty. We're going to have a penalty, a holding call against, I think we're going to have a penalty, a holding call against the Warriors. So from the penalty kill to the power play, the Blue Army girls will have a chance here late in this second period to try to generate some offense. And they've got one too many girls on the ice. So we'll wait until the Warrior gets off the ice. Now she's off the ice. We are playing. This one comes to the middle. This is Lockwood. Lockwood shoots. Can't get on that one. This falls for Bailey. Bailey tees it up, shoots. That's sticked aside. That was a shot. Good save that time by the keeper. This one comes for Lockwood at the point. Lockwood sends this one down behind the net. This is Van Sickle. Van Sickle tries to get it off her stick. Easy, quick feed that time for Gabriel, but it didn't quite come off. Van Sickle, opportunity and a goal! Gabriel cashes in from Van Sickle. And Blue Army pull back to within 1 goal. A good opportunity taken advantage of here late in the second period. And the game's excitement and its mystery deepens even farther. So a power play goal worked well that time by the power play unit, such as it was. This is Seidel, tries to get this one out to neutral ice, can't. Check it, that's LeCan. This is Merrill, LeCan. Merrill battling there. Whoops, bad camera there. Sorry, folks. This is Lockwood. Lockwood had 2 goals earlier today. Lockwood over the blue line. Lockwood smooth on the skates. Lockwood into an opportunity, shoots. Right left side of your screen. Could not get on the other end of that rebound. Good physical play, far side. This is Lockwood again. Lockwood with it. Lockwood sees some open ice. Gains the zone. Lockwood whips that one down. I think she's going to go for a change, and she will. 1 minute to go here in the second period. It's a 1-goal hockey game between these two teams. It's been up and down. It's been entertaining. Here come the Warriors. Opportunity for the Warriors. They shoot from distance. Ciro sends that one to the side. We're going to call that a shot on goal. It might have been going wide, but it was pretty close. Here come the Blue Army girls. This is Merrill. Merrill tries to feed her teammate Gabriel. Can't quite come off. This is Hughes. Hughes gets it out of the zone. Zerby was chasing. Merrill sends that forward. Looking for Chedester. Chedester unable to get on the other end of that one. Seidel's out there, so is Kron. Kron has it on her stick, sends it in for Merrill. But the Warriors send that right back out to neutral ice. Only a few seconds left. Merrill gets to the middle, gets it on her forehand, sends it in, and it's a shot. Didn't trouble the goalie all that much with 3 seconds left. Somehow my clock got on a little bit misaligned from the rink clock. So a 1-goal hockey game heading into the third period is about what you would have asked for. Open net. Opportunity here as Van Sickle shoots. A good save. It was a good save. Good save, nice opportunity there. And we'll head to the third period. Score heading into the third period, Warriors 3, Blue Army 2. All right, folks, we're back. Third period action again. Final period of action for pool play for the Red Army 12U Red Girls. And they find themselves on the wrong end of a 3-2 score. Teams have switched ends. Babbage, Van Sickle, and Bailey out there for the Blue Army. Kron and Seidel, your defenders. Kron goes diving in on that one. Seidel will chase left side of your screen. Seidel gets to it. Babbage and Seidel, a little miscommunication there in the corner. Seidel takes this one to the far side. Gets it on her backhand, tries to get it on her forehand. Now she'll try to get it out of the zone. Kept in by the Warriors' far side. This falls for Kron. Kron with a head of steam. Kron's got some open ice. She's got players to the middle. Brings this one over the blue line and offside on the far side. Unlucky that time for Kron as She had delayed just a little bit, maybe when she should have pushed that across the ice. And offside against Blue Army. Puck's down. Face-off win that time by the Warriors. They chip it ahead. Seidel steps up to try to chip at that one. That's offside. Yep. Yeah, the player was firmly in the offensive zone. Puck just on the poke check, ended up coming in just a little bit later. And an offside offense against the Warriors. Warriors win this one, bring it to the near side. It's chipped in. This is Cron. She slaps it out off the boards. Nicely done. D-to-D pass that time as Bailey puts pressure on the Warrior defense. Here come the Warriors to the middle. That one slides wide. Ciro watches it fly wide and slides across. Here's an opportunity for the Warriors in the middle. Needs a block. That one fires high and wide over everybody. This is Babbage. Babbage gets on the other end of that one and flicks it out to neutral ice. Cron with it. Cron sends it up for Van Sickle. Good tape-to-tape pass. Van Sickle brings that across the blue line. Tries to cut to the middle. She's tied up there. Big pile of bodies as Van Sickle loses that one to the defense. But it's kept in momentarily. Oh, by Babbage. I thought Babbage was going to be able to keep that in. Cron sends it going the other direction. This one's going to be whipped down. I think this got to be icing. And indeed it is. So icing against the Warriors with 13:25 to go here in the third period. It's been a good hockey game between these two teams. Shots are relatively even. Goals are relatively even. Puck is down. Face-off is won by the Warriors, but this finds Hughes. Hughes whips that down into the corner. Zerbe battles there, unable to get a hold of that one. Hughes dives in. And here come the Warriors, but it's intercepted by LeCan. LeCan has an opportunity. Tries to slide that across, tries to short side that one. Wasn't sure if she was going to try to slide that to the middle or not. I think this is going to go for icing. And it does just go for icing. 12:54 to go. Another offensive zone face-off. Merrill on the face-off. Gabriel and LeCan to the middle. Hughes and Lockwood are your defensive pairing as Ciro watches from her cage. This one's going to be taken and flipped out to neutral ice. Lockwood's going to have to come back for this one. Lockwood creating some space for herself. This one goes around behind Ciro's cage. Finds LeCan. LeCan sends this forward. Can't quite come up with that one in terms of the cleanliness of the pass. Unlucky that time as the defense was all over it. LeCan far side. 2-on-1 if they hurry. 2-on-1 if they hurry, and they could not quite get that as clean as they had wanted to. This is Gabriel who sends it down deep. Lockwood stepping up into the play, puts the moves on. Opportunity here for LeCan, leaves for Lockwood. A shot and a save by the Warrior keeper. I'm sure Lockwood would have liked to have had that one back only because it was on her backhand. I bet she would have liked to get that on her forehand. This is Cron for Chedister. Chedister brings this over the midline, goes over the blue line. This is Vadnais, tries to feed Chedister but can't quite. This is Cron from the point, sends it down and it takes a flick off a stick and goes behind the net. Vadnais chases there. Turned the other way by Zerbe. Puck behind the net, Zerbe with it again. Backhands that one. And now the Warriors will break. This is Seidel. Warriors far side. Warriors to the middle. Warriors try a nice passing combination there, but it didn't come off. Vadnais has to pump her legs to get to that one, does. Good recovery that time by the Warriors. This is Zerbe, she sends it in. Vadnais will chase. Cron pinches in, tries to hold it in, does momentarily, but it's flipped out. Chedister almost dispossessed there, but it falls nicely for Zerbe, who sends it in. Sorry, bad camera work there. And here come the Warriors. So a great individual effort that time by the Warrior player. I did not see what number it was, but she did a great job of controlling that puck and just knifing to the middle. And that's a situation where the Blue Army girls just need to play come through the hands and make sure she's not able to do it. But a nice individual effort that time by the Warrior forward. I assume it was a forward. And the 2-goal lead is restored for the Warriors. Goalie change for the Warriors. Well, actually, check that. It's not a goalie change. She was just coming for a handshake, I think. This comes for Babbage. Babbage sends it in. It's taken by the defense there. This one's sent out. Lockwood's going to have to chase this one. And she does behind the net. Now Lockwood around the net. Up the near side. Lockwood keeps the stick going. This lays off for Van Sickle. Van Sickle's going to gain the zone. Van Sickle does. Keeps control of it in the corner. Has two players in the middle. Can't quite get the centering pass. Opportunity here for Blue Army. It's loose right in front of the crease. Everybody's slapping at it. And finally it comes out. Warriors manage to squeeze that to the far boards. Can someone keep it in? Yes, they can. Warriors bringing it out the other way. This is Hughes coming back for it. Zero out to take away the angle. This one comes all the way out to neutral ice. And it's sent back in by the Warriors behind Zero. Whipped around by Hughes. This finds Bailey. Bailey far side. Can't quite get on the other end of that one, but Van Sickle has it. Lost her edge. Goes down. This is Lockwood. Lockwood 1-on-3. She gains the zone. Lockwood dispossessed there. That's kind of what you'd expect in a 1v3 situation. Hughes is going to come back for it. Hughes circles, has her eyes up. Keeps it on her stick. Through a couple of players. Lays that off. Unlucky that time, but it falls nicely. This time for Merrill. Merrill brings it over the blue line. Merrill shoots. That one's patted aside by the Warrior goalie. Centering pass broken up that time by the defense. And Vadnais will come over and try to play this one. Check it, that's Lacan. Opportunity. They snuck a player back behind the Blue Army, but a great recovery that time by Seidel. And it denies the Warriors the scoring opportunity there. Here's Gabriel. Gabriel lays that one off. Lacan with it. Lacan tries to get it in, but it's poke checked away from her. Now she gains the zone, but slides it down behind the net. And the Warriors get possession. Cron goes in, takes a shot to the head, returns the favor with a stick. And that might have been an elbow. But in any event, we play on. A little bit of contact here, a little feistiness for both teams here in this third period. Opportunity here for the Warriors as they knife to the net. Not able to get on the other end of that rebound as Zero stops that one. Nicely done. And 7:43 to go. So we're just about halfway through this third period. And the Blue Army find themselves still trailing by 2. Blue Army need to put together a couple of passes, create a dirty goal, do something to climb back into this one. He was unable to get through that one. Vadnais off of her skate, sent the other direction. I think this might be on goal. And it is going to be on goal. Chedester chases that one down. Warriors get to it first. Here come the Warriors through neutral ice. Opportunity for the Warriors, and that's a goal. It was a nice move through neutral ice, and the Warriors cash in. And the 3-goal lead, now the biggest lead of the game for the Warriors. Nice move to split the defense by the Warriors, and they cash in. And now a 3-goal lead for The girls in yellow, Blue Army with Van Sickle. She's got it on her stick. Comes steaming through neutral ice. Van Sickle keeps it. Opportunity for Van Sickle. Tries to dangle, tries to go through the legs of the defender. Centering pass from Van Sickle doesn't quite come off, but she still has it. Opportunity, that scoops up under a little bit up underneath. Lockwood going to be able to hold this one in far side. No, she's not. And that's going to be sent in long enough, deep enough for the Blue Army girls to touch and tag. And offside against the Warriors, 6:30 to go. Again, we'll have to see how this is going to shake out. If this score line holds, Blue Army will be playing either the 5th or 7th place game tomorrow. And we're not sure exactly because we're not sure of the not 100% sure of the other game and how that's going. Cron circles behind for this one, chips at it. This is LeCan far side. LeCan gets her head up, tries to center the pass, but good forecheck there that time. And here, this falls nicely. This is Merrill. Merrill outside, push to the outside. Warriors take that one away. Kept by Cron. Oh, Cron had it there for just a moment, but slipped off of her stick. Gabriel. And that's going to be icing against the Warriors. And with 5:49 to go, an offensive zone faceoff for the Blue Army girls. Try to get a quick goal and try to get back into this one, create a 2-goal game. Cron and Seidel are your defenders. Merrill, Gabriel, and LeCan, your forwards. This one comes to the near side. Cron with it, tries to send it in. It comes off of a skate, though. Unlucky that time. Cross-ice pass broken up that time by Blue Army. Warriors try to exit the zone. They do. This falls nicely for Cron, who goes back to Merrill. But the Warriors are there. Merrill far side. Merrill feathers that forward. Here's a chance for the Warriors to bring this one across the ice. Across the blue line, they do. Good poke checks that time. Get in the way of the offensive player. Seidel and Cron combining there. This is Gabriel. Gabriel's got some players in front of her. Tries to find one of them, but again, it's broken up that time by the Warriors. Seidel tries to get this one out. Falls for Zerbe. Zerbe over the blue line. It's 1v4. Zerbe loses an edge, goes down. Merrill watches at that one, tries to keep it in. Cron tries to keep it in. Cron battling there. Cron gets it back. Has Merrill in the middle. Cron is going to try to centering pass or a centering shot. Centering into the crease. Nice centering attempt that time by the defenseman, but it didn't come off. No one able to get on the other end of that opportunity. Cron can't get that one out. Left side of your screen. This is Chittister. She's tied up there and ridden to the boards. Play just below the camera here. This one goes far side. I think Hughes is going to have to chase this one as there is no icing. Hughes loses control of that one. This is Zerbe. Play kept in by that time by the Warriors, and the Warriors with another opportunity. Got control of it in the offensive zone. This is Seidel chasing behind it. Chittister near side, taps at that one. Nice play by Chittister. She brings that one out of her own zone. Now gains the blue line. Tries to slide it through, and just very good defense that time by the Warrior defenseman. Oh, thought that was coming out. It wasn't. And now it's whipped across. And a collision there, and that's offside. Unlucky there for Blue Army, for Bailey, as she was spun around in a collision and ended up in an offside position. But the game tomorrow will be sometime between 10 and 11, I think. We'll have to see exactly where the Blue Army girls end up. Lockwood, far side. Of course, with 3 minutes left, there's always a chance that we might see something rather unique. That's going to be offsides if anybody touches it, but yeah, that's going to come all the way down. That should come all the way down. And they're not going to bring it all the way down, but that should come all the way down. Puck is down. Quick face-off win that time by the Warriors. Referee not wasting any time getting this game started again, despite the fact we started 10 minutes early. This one goes to Bailey. Bailey, Van Sickle, and Babbage are out there. Bailey on the far side. Chips it forward for Van Sickle. Van Sickle to her forehand. Opportunity, she slides that into the middle. Good defense there that time by the Warriors. Van Sickle again. Slides it in. Opportunity here for Lockwood. Lockwood shoots. It's deflected down by a defender. That's kind of a dangerous thing to do, but it managed to squirt it wide. This is Babbage who sends that back in. Goes behind the net. Van Sickle battles there. Babbage tries to get a stick to it. This falls for Hughes. Hughes for Lockwood. Lockwood shoots. It hits a couple of bodies on the way in and goes wide. And now hits the far side. It's a 3-on-1 going the other direction. Lockwood breaks her neck to get back, and that's offside. And that's absolutely offside. Yep. Good poke check that time by Lockwood. Great recovery by that young lady. She had 2 goals in the game earlier today, and they're flashing the defensive acumen. Nicely done. Inside 2 minutes to go now with a 3-goal lead, and surely the Warriors thinking they probably got this one in the bag as Merrill, that one gets away from Merrill, but it's whistled over the top of Ciro. Near boards, Cron battles there, tries to keep it in the bad ice area outside. Battling there's Gabriel. This is Merrill. Merrill has a little bit of open ice in front of her. She's got a defender trailing her. She's got some defenders in front, loses an edge coming across the blue line. Blue Army tried to hold it in. This is Gabriel. Cron with it. Cron goes backhand. Seidel recovers and comes to the outside, whips that one in, and into, or very close to, the last minute of play here in this third period. Full credit to the Warriors. They have taken advantage of their scoring opportunities. Blue Army, despite the fact they've outshot the Warriors, not been able to find the back of the net with consistency. And that's going to go all the way down, but it's not going to be icing as it was deflected by a Blue Army player. That's off of Cron. Merrill guards the middle. Ciro watches as her defenders keep the puck to the bad ice area. Chedister to the near side. She grinds through a couple of defenders, slaps it over, and tries to go for it. Can she keep it in? Not this time. Goes back the other direction, and we have icing against the Warriors with 19 seconds to go. So from a goal differential standpoint, the Blue Army girls were a 0, an absolute 0 coming into this. They had 10 goals for, 10 goals against, and now they're going to have a goal differential of -3. We'll have to see where that puts them in the standings. Chedister unable to quite come up with that one. Gets it though and slides it to the middle. Takes a couple of bounces. Hughes with it, 8 seconds to go. And this one's out to neutral ice. Lockwood spins and turns there and sends that in, and that is it. So what we do know is that the Blue Army girls will be playing tomorrow morning. We don't know when. We don't know against who. We do know it'll be either for 5th place or 7th place here in this tournament. Thank you for joining us here.